Well, after a gap of several weeks, it's league action once again. Scottish Hydroelectric Premier 1. We're down here at Philiphaugh. It's Selkirk in third place against HERIOT'S in second. But don't forget, Selkirk unbeaten here since September the 1st, 2007. Could HERIOT'S spoil the party? Welcome to Borders Rugby Roundup, and it really was the big game in Scottish club rugby. Selkirk against HERIOT'S. Here's Grahame MacGregor.
Well, Selkirk gave second place HERIOT'S an 11-point start at wet and windy Philiphaugh before finally finding their game to sweep into the lead, conjuring 5 unanswered tries and the bonus point which sees them leap ahead of the Golden Acre men. HERIOT'S looked good in that opening quarter, winger David McCall grabbing their try to add to 2 earlier penalty goals from scrum half David Wilson. But not for the first time Selkirk were inspired into action by the brilliance of Fraser Harkness, the full-back romping in to put them on the scoreboard after 28 minutes. Selkirk then dominated until the break, Martin Murray and Lee Jones adding tries. And when standoff Gavin Craig went over for the 4th try immediately after the interval, Michael McVie's second successful conversion meant the hosts had turned the game to produce a 13-point advantage in their favour. It was time for HERIOT'S to fight back, and for virtually 30 minutes they pounded away, being held up several times as they got to the Selkirk line. But try as they could, they just couldn't break the home defence or spirit, and when centre Ross Armstrong raced away with 3 minutes to go for the final touchdown, Selkirk's victory was complete. The final score at Philiphaugh, Selkirk 29, HERIOT'S 11.
Well, Eddie, that was a great win out there. You gave HERIOT'S 11 points of a start, but you came back and really snuffed them out of the game there after try as they might to get over your line, but the defence, of course, held out in the end.
Yes, as a team, I think we're a good defending side, and also as a forward back, we can take the game to their forwards, and that's what we did today. We just stuck it in and just take it to them, and for our backlines, they finish off well, so it's good for us.
And of course, you've got 5 tries, giving you a bonus point, which actually puts you ahead of HERIOT'S for the time being.
Yeah, that's very good news for us as a team. I mean, this is the first season in Premiership 1, second in league. We never suspected this in the beginning of the season. So yeah, that's great for us.
And the confidence of having beaten all the other sides now in the division, in fact. Yes,
that's a confidence booster, to know that. But still, going away from home is always tough. Like next week we've got Ayr away. They're a good side, big side, and it's going to be tough at their house.
Melrose travelled to Maleny Park to face Curry and came away with an excellent 30-17 win, scoring a bonus point with 4 tries from James Lew, Callum Anderson, Alec Jessup and Stan Williams.
Delighted with the result. I think the boys came up here, and it's always a hard place to come to, but to come up here and play the way we did with the composure and the control that we played with was outstanding. Our half-backs were controlled the game, we put this in the right areas of the field, and we were clinical. We took a tries when we came along, spoke to the boys, the passion, commitment and the skill levels that they showed to play in these conditions was excellent. So overall just a good day out, and to get the bonus point at Curry on such a horrible day was a massive bonus.
Bill Polson was at Rayburn Place to see if Hoyt could get their first away win of the season against Edinburgh Accies.
Hoyt gained an early advantage at Rayburn Place through 2 penalties by Craig Nish, but these were cancelled out by 2 by Mike Campbell for Accies. However, the home side led at half-time after Dan Teague had burrowed over for a try in the left corner 5 minutes before the break. 4 third-quarter penalties by Nish for offside, 2 ruck offences and a high tackle put the Greens back in front, but Accies hit back with unconverted tries by Matt Cooper and Greg Campbell to lead by 3 points with 10 minutes remaining. A nail-biting contest in which both sides showed huge commitment was decided with 3 minutes to go when Hoyt standoff Rory Hutton received possession from a ruck and danced 15 metres for a try under the posts, converted by Nish.
Well, after the break, we look at Premier Division 2. Well, last week it was a dark day for Borders Rugby, with Peebles and Jedforest, two of our Premier 2 sides, getting knocked out of the Scottish Cup by National League sides. Well, Jedforest tried to rebuild this week. They got rid of Cliff Livingston and Calum Brown, now taking charge to the end of the season, assisted by Greg Laidlaw. They had a home game against Aberdeen Grammar, and Bruce Millar was there.
Jed got their season back on track today with a last gasp win over Aberdeen in Premier Division 2 at Riverside Park and rekindled their hopes of promotion to Premier 1. Jed trailed 16 points to 3 with 10 minutes remaining, but just as all seemed lost, Jed found 2 tries from nowhere. The first from Seb Trotter, converted by Ewan Scott, before the youngster crashed over deep into injury time and showed no nerves as he converted his own try to steal the game for Jed.
In the first half we actually played some decent rugby, made some great chances, but just didn't quite finish them off. We had 3 brilliant chances to put away some tries, didn't quite do it, and I thought, right, okay, we've got the wind advantage, we'll maybe push on a wee bit in the second half. But for half an hour there we were dreadful, really were dreadful in that second half.
Well, Gala played their home match on Saturday at Netherdale against Hamilton at 2 o'clock instead of 3 o'clock, because Hamilton don't do floodlight games. So 2 o'clock it was. Laing Speirs went down there an hour earlier, and he brings us this report.
This was the day that the young Gala side delivered what they'd been promising to do all season. They scored 9 tries and totally demolished a Hamilton side which was, frankly, very disappointing. Gala forwards were in charge for most of the game, and they ran Hamilton ragged towards the end, even though Hamilton got the last score. It was the back row of Marshall and Brown and Ewan Dodds that did the damage, and in the backs Gala had found a new kicker in Laing Speirs, and 7 tries came from the back, 9 in all, and it was a very convincing performance that sees off any suggestion at the moment of relegation problems at Netherdale.
Peebles got back to winning ways with a 12-8 win at Biggar. Dan Boltwood scoring 4 penalties on a day which didn't exactly favour goal kicking. Kelso also won on the road. They beat Musselburgh 14-7, with Stuart Lowry and Andrew Tate both scoring tries. So all our Premier teams won on Saturday, and both our National League One sides got victories as well. Langham away at Preston Lodge and Berwick at home to RHC. In the Langham match, Stephen Nicol became the first Borders player to score 10 tries this season when he completed a hat-trick. In National League 2, Hawick were defeated for only the second time this season, 16-3 at Linlithgow. The rest of the Borders results are on your screen now, but for up-to-date information, check out our website at bordersrugby.net. Well, on Wednesday, the Scottish Cup Round 5 draw was made, and Melrose, the holders, have been drawn against White Craigs, who knocked out Peebles. White Craigs, of course, from National League Division 2. Selkirk are away at Perthshire. Amazingly, Selkirk haven't had a home draw for 5 years in the Cup, while Hawick will face either Ayr or Livingston if they get past Gordonians in their as-yet unplayed Round 4 tie. Hawick YM will play Watsonians if they beat Stewmel in their postponed match, while Kelso and Gala will take on Curry and HERIOT'S respectively if they get through their matches from round 4. In the Shield, Jed will face another National League 3 side in Allen Glens at home, while Peebles are at home also to Shield holders Garnock, and both have a chance to make it all the way to Murrayfield. Well, that's it for today. Next week we're at the Geights, weather permitting. Peebles against Gala, another local derby in Premier 2. Join us then.